When I was 24, I decided to move into a small guest house behind my parents' place. It was a perfect way to have my own space, especially since they weren't home all the time. The house was separate, but still close enough that I could go upstairs for a meal or if I needed anything. The guest house had a small living room, a kitchen area, my bedroom, and a bathroom. It was cozy, but a little too quiet for my taste. One Friday night, my friends Ben and Kyle came over to hang out. We planned to watch a movie, have some drinks, and just unwind. My parents were away for the weekend, so I figured we could be as loud as we wanted. We were playing music, laughing, and just having a good time. After a few drinks, we decided to crash there for the night. The couch in the living room was big enough for all three of us, and we joked about how easy it would be to just fall asleep right there. I went to my bedroom around 2 a.m., but woke up a few hours later feeling restless. The room was still dark, but I heard a sound coming from upstairs. It wasn't unusual since the house was old and creaky, but it sounded like someone walking around. I tried to brush it off, assuming it was one of my friends getting a snack or something. But then I heard something else. Footsteps in the hallway right outside my bedroom door. I froze. The footsteps stopped, and I heard the faint sound of my doorknob turning. It was a quiet click, like someone was trying to get in. I always locked my door when I slept, so I wasn't too worried, but I was still confused. I stayed as still as I could, hoping whoever it was would just go away. After a few moments, the doorknob stopped moving, and I heard the footsteps fade away. The next morning, I didn't mention it to Ben or Kyle. They were still asleep on the couch when I got up, and I figured it was probably nothing. But that night, the same thing happened again. This time, I was already in bed, trying to fall asleep after a long day. Just as I was about to drift off, I heard those footsteps again, overhead, coming from the main house. They were louder this time, more deliberate. I told myself it was just the house settling, but then I heard my bedroom door creak open. I could barely make out the sound, but I knew it was my door. Whoever was out there was trying to come in again. My heart started racing. I stayed silent, praying they wouldn't notice I was awake. I didn't want to confront whoever was outside. I just hoped they'd go away. But then the door slowly pushed open. I sat up, my hands shaking as I reached for my phone on the nightstand. I texted my family and friends in a panic, hoping someone would respond. But no one did. It was dead quiet except for the sound of my own breath, which was coming faster now. I quickly called 911 and whispered into the phone, telling the operator that someone was in my house. I didn't move from my bed, barely breathing, as I waited for the police to arrive. Every little noise made me jump. Finally, after what felt like forever, I heard the sound of sirens in the distance. I let out a breath of relief, but I still didn't feel safe. When the officers arrived, I told them everything about the footsteps, the door, the feeling that someone was in the house. They began searching but found nothing in the guest house. We moved upstairs, and when they entered my parents' room, I heard a scuffle. The officers started yelling, and my stomach dropped. I peeked around the corner and saw them dragging a man out from under my parents' bed. He looked wild, dirty, with long, unkempt hair. His eyes were wide with fear, and he shot me a look full of hate. I couldn't understand how he had gotten in, but I had a horrible feeling that he had been there for much longer than just that night. Once he was taken away, I could finally breathe again. The officers told me to lock all the doors and windows from now on, and to contact them if I had any concerns. The next morning, I called my parents, telling them what happened. They were shocked, but because nothing was stolen, they didn't want to press charges. I couldn't shake the feeling that the man had been in the house for days, watching, waiting for the right moment. I never left my door unlocked again after that. Every little sound in the house now sets me on edge, and I always double-check the locks, just in case. I've never been able to shake that feeling of someone lurking just out of sight, waiting for the next chance to get too close.